Read the inscription. And
Read the inscription. Where would I find the
the
inscription?
underside of the face.
On the other side, take it off. I'm not used to inscriptions. This is a bit hard. Hard to see.
Oh, you got scriptures.
I'm serious, I can't read it.
We're going to even type it up for you.
Well, I'm sure it's a wonderful message. I'm sure it spells the name F-A-U-L-K.
Rich Falk for outstanding service and dedication to Bigton News Hospital.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, very
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate it. All of you, nice gifts and everything. As I've said many times, the show of respect is most important. I have a couple of things here. I'm going to need a little cheat sheet probably. And I like the idea of the atmosphere in here. Coming in was really light and fun and all that until people start talking then. Then I get a little emotional myself then.
Yep.
60 and over club, right?
Oh, God, don't tell me, buddy.
Step up. Well, I don't know what.
Well, I guess it's only Jim and I now. What a bear.
No, thank you. Thank you for the nice.
Don't let anybody in on our secret now.
Thank you for the nice comments. Thank you for the going away lunch, and of course, those of you who are involved in that. It's wonderful, and being had something to say that's always memorable, and appreciate it very much. To have Susan here. Great player at Northwestern, not me, but I recruited him for Northwestern. His name was Billy McKinney. Only one guy here probably remembers him, that's Mark. I was at his Hall of Fame induction, and he said one of the reasons he chose Northwestern off my recruiting was I had told him he wasn't going to just get a degree, he was going to get an education. Big difference. My degree is now at Sears Road. He's going to get an education. Well, I also chose Northwestern to get an education. I also got my wife. How about that? Billy McKinney got his wife at Northwestern. So, lots of things. As much as I love this gal, we've been married now for 45 years. Is that right, Susan? I've been known to introduce her in things like this as my wife, Nancy. I didn't sit too well, did it?
I wanted to know who
I had a
Nancy
big
was.
tit. My sister. My sister named Nancy. Nobody names her kids anymore, right, aren't they? I'm a little bit heavier than those days when we met Susan and made it. That was about 150 pounds, quick as a cat. And now, going back for our 50th high school reunion this year, time passes. I have a 95-year-old mother who always puts things in a positive way. I put on 50 pounds. She said, that's okay, Rich. That's only a pound a year. Made me feel pretty good. When you put it in perspective. One example. Nothing speaks louder than a good example. And that's one of the things that through my family and friends I've always tried to do. For I go any further though, I want to make sure I say the right thing here, because Jim is the man who, on the recommendation of some of our coaches back, when I coached him back 21 years ago, came to our office in Glenview and offered me the opportunity to join the Big Ten Conference. And I'll never be able to forget from the get-go association with a man like Jim, who actually picked us up by our bootstraps. Even Northwestern was like a death in our family. Hard to get over. And Jim, of course, was the person who was making it possible for my family and me to stay in the Big Ten. 45 years, 44 years, and one, you've heard me, those of you who have been at a couple of little tributes to me in my career, to be in the sports world and to live in one community and raise your kids with deep roots in one community for all of your entire working career, and in my case, student athlete career, just doesn't happen. Certainly doesn't happen very often. So we feel very fortunate to be able to say, now that I'm retiring, that thanks to people like Jim and your leadership, of course, Jim, your friendship and your mentoring, what it's meant to me. If I've done anything good for the Big Ten, you're a big reason for it, and know that, and a dear friend, as well as a tremendous leader for the Big Ten Conference and for all of us. I'm not going to go into a lot of other people in here in an individual way, but my style, as you know, is I won't be sending you an email. I still got to clean out my office a little bit. It looks like I'm gone, but the drawers are still stacked with stuff, and over the next 2 or 3 days, I'll get that stuff out of here. But I'll stop in, and I want to personally say a few things to each and every one of you. I did personalize today from the standpoint that I brought my traditional candy. Each take a piece of candy, and there's an extra bag there if anybody wants a couple extra, because I know some of you don't stop for one. I have a dish full one day, and that night is gone. And it's okay. I learned that from a man in my hometown. His name was C.M. Holton. He was the lumber dealer, the richest man in town, go around this big Chrysler Imperial. He did what today you'd get thrown in jail for. You drive around town, this little town of Galvin, Illinois, I'm from, you see us kids out playing all that, he'd stop, honk his horn. He'd come over to his window and he'd hand you a piece of candy. Amazing what sits with you. Always remember that. You give something, you get something back. That's a good memory. It's a wonderful man. Linda, all the support staff, many of you I've worked with for many years. Carol, good to see you back. Everybody loved Carol because she's like Julie nowadays. She comes in with a check. Never missed a day in the office on check that. Even though it's automatic. But all of the support staff, assistants that I've worked with have been top drawer. And most important thing to say about them is, Linda said so well in her comments, teamwork. The key word is always work with one another, with. In anything we do, that's a team. And I've had that relationship along with each and every one of you that I've had the opportunity to work with on a daily basis. Called support staff well. And with that, I also add the word professional. Always professional. Something I'll take with me and remember. Working with one another and always professional. The interns, young people, new people that I haven't gotten to know that well that have joined our office in the last 2, 3, or 4 years. As I've said many times, I think now is the appropriate time to say that, Jim and people who hire you always bring in quality people, the best. You have wonderful opportunities ahead of you because you are talented.